Nothing is free. Nothing is safe. Magic is love, but also it's hate. It comes at a cost. That's quite the statement, isn't it?
It really is. Sets the tone perfectly.
Yeah, it throws you right into this world we're diving into today, a world where power is everything, but while the price is steep, always paid somehow.
In blood, sanity, maybe even your soul.
Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we are plunging headfirst into Rachel Gillig's fantasy novel, One Dark Window. We've got a really rich excerpt to work with.
It gives a great window, pardon the pun, into this kingdom. It's packed with unique magics, loads of political plotting, and some really compelling characters.
Absolutely. It's a world where, every bit of power seems to cast this long, dark shadow behind it.
Absolutely.
So our mission today isn't just to, recap the plot points. We want to really unpack the fascinating bits from One Dark Window.
Get under the hood a bit.
Exactly. Help you understand the intricate lore, maybe some of those twists, and, get why these characters are fighting so hard, not just for their lives, really.
No, it feels bigger than that. It's about identity, the future of their whole kingdom.
Right. We'll explore that cost of magic, what power really means in this world, and the desperate things people do just to survive.
It's a really compelling look at ambition, secrets, and the burden they carry.
Okay, so let's start with the world itself. Blunder. How does this costly, dangerous magic actually, show up?
Well, first off, picture this kingdom just permanently shrouded in this weird, mysterious mist.
Okay. Moody.
And it's plagued by something they call the infection. And this isn't just like a cough.
Yo.
If you get sick, you get this fever at night, and your veins literally turn black, like ink.
Whoa. So it's visible, you can't hide it.
Exactly. It marks you, makes you an outcast immediately. So right away, you get this sense that magic isn't some cool superpower here.
It's a stigma, a physical affliction.
Precisely. It sets a really interesting tone for the whole magic system.
It's a great starting point, yeah. This system isn't just fantasy wish fulfillment. It feels like almost a commentary.
It does. Like on how people trade long-term well-being for that quick hit of power. Every spell, every use, it's like making a deal with the devil.
A Faustian bargain, yeah.
And the core of it all are these ancient artifacts, Providence cards.
Right, the cards. Tell us about those.
They go way back, created by this legendary figure, the Shepherd King. And he didn't just whip them up. He made bargains with the spirit of the wood.
Bargains that cost him personally.
Deeply. Each card demanded a sacrifice. We're talking years of his life, for one, giving up his fear for another, even his hair for one card.
Wow. So that core idea, nothing comes free, it's baked right into the magic's origin.
Absolutely hammered home.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop with the creator.
What do you mean?
For the people who use the cards now. Use them too much or for too long, and there's this degeneration, physical, mental. It starts breaking you down.
So it's not just an energy exchange, it actually changes the user. Erodes them.
Exactly. It erodes their very essence, which, poses that crucial question for anyone tempted by this power. What are you really willing to give up? What will it do to you?
That's a heavy thought. And these cards, they're not all the same, are they?
Not at all. They're incredibly varied. You've got the Nightmare card, for instance. Lets you speak into people's minds.
Useful.
But it also shows you their deepest fears. And that's the one tied to Elspeth, our main character. It's a heavy burden, like you said.
Then there's the scythe, the one the royals use.
Yeah, red card. Grants the ultimate power of persuasion. Makes people want to obey you. Think about the moral implications of that.
Oof, yeah.
Control.
Then you have others, like the maiden, promising beauty, but potentially stealing who you are, for tracking. The black horse, used by the king's guards for speed and power.
The destriers.
And then there's the lost one, the twin alders, the 12th card they need to unite the whole deck.
So these aren't just tools. They feel like reflections of choices, struggles.
Perfectly put. They embody the bargain. Okay, so amidst all this danger and decay, we have Elspeth Spindle, our protagonist. She's got this secret, right? Makes her an outcast, but also maybe Blunder's only hope.
Sort of, yeah. She caught the infection when she was 9. But here's the key thing.
What's that?
She didn't show any obvious magic, no outward signs.
Yeah.
So she managed to fly under the radar, avoid the physicians, the destriers, everyone hunting the infected.
So she lived a hidden life, but her secret's bigger than just hiding symptoms, isn't it?
Much bigger. Her situation is really unique. As a kid, she touched one of these Providence cards, the Nightmare card.
The mind-reading one.
Right. Her uncle had stolen it, she touched it out of curiosity, and its magic essentially imprinted on her.
Yeah.
absorbed its essence.
So the nightmare isn't just a card for her.
No, it's in her. It's become the sentient voice in her head. Ancient, powerful, incredibly snarky.
Huh. A snarky monster living rent-free in your head.
Pretty much. And it offers her power, sure,
Yeah.
but it's constantly commenting, judging, pushing its own agenda. It's deeply unsettling.
So this voice, this nightmare, it offers power, but what's the cost to Elspeth herself? Is it a curse? Some kind of, like, twisted symbiosis?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What does
Yeah.
it mean for her sense of self, having this other entity, not just coexisting, but actively?
Well, the book says fading her.
Fading her, what does that mean?
It's her specific form of degeneration. It's intensely personal for her. Every time she asks the nightmare for help, relies on his power, he gets stronger.
And she.
She fades, loses bits of herself, loses control over her own mind. It's this terrifying slow burn, this descent into possibly being erased by this thing inside her.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
It really forces you to think about where you end and influence begins, right?
Yeah.
Especially an influence that's literally inside your head.
Exactly. It's the core of her personal struggle.
Okay, let's pivot a bit to the politics of blunder. Because it's not just about magic and affection. There's a whole power struggle going on.
Absolutely. You've got King Quirkus Rowan and his son, High Prince Hoth Rowan, running the show.
And their official policy is they're hunting the infected aggressively. And they want all 12 Providence cards. Their stated goal is noble, supposedly. Lift the mist and banish magical infection.
But there's always a but.
Always. The but is how they maintain power. The Rowan family exclusively wields the Scythe card.
The persuasion one.
Right, absolute power of persuasion. And Prince Hoth especially is shown using it ruthlessly, controlling people, making these brutal examples of the infected. It really shows how power meant to save can twist into oppression fast.
Yeah, that tracks. And that kind of regime, it breeds resistance, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and that sets up the other side of the coin beautifully. You look at the bigger picture, Blunder's whole setup, political, magical, it's built on, well, a historical lie.
A lie.
And fueling a deep personal quest for vengeance by another major family, the Use.
Ah, the Use. Okay, tell us about them. Raven leads them, right? The captain of the Destriers.
That's him, Raven Yu. And his family, Elm, Jesper, Fenrir, Moret, they're secretly working against the king.
Okay, so what's their goal? What's the end game?
They want the deck of cards too. But their aim is to save the infected. Specifically, Raven's younger brother, Emery. He's infected. And the king's got him locked up.
So it starts personal, family.
It does. But it's bigger than just Emery. They want to cure the infection entirely and basically take back Blunder from the Spear of the Woods influence, which means dismantling the Rowan regime.
So it's a full-blown rebellion just hidden?
Exactly. Fueled by that immediate family loyalty, but also this much older, deeper historical grievance.
And Raven himself. This is fascinating. Captain of the King's Guard, the Destriers, but he's secretly infected.
That's his big secret. It allows him to use certain cards himself, like the Mirror card to observe things from afar, and even his own Nightmare card. He's playing an incredibly dangerous game.
Deception right at the heart of power.
It really highlights how treacherous things are. And there's history here, too. The Yu's ancestral home, Castle Yu. It stands on the ruins of the Shepherd King's original castle.
The one who made the cards.
The very same. And guess who burned it down?
Let me guess. The first Rowan king.
Bingo. The first Rowan king burned the castle and murdered the Shepherd King's family. So the Yu quest isn't just politics or saving Emery. It's centuries of injustice. It's personal. It's payback against the Rowans.
Wow. Okay. So you've got the royals using magic to oppress, backed by this historical power grab. And then the Yus, also touched by magic, working from the shadows to liberate, driven by this ancient grudge.
It's a potent mix. A clash of ideologies, family loyalties, and old wounds all swirling around these powerful, dangerous cards.
High stakes doesn't even begin to cover it. And this intense setting, it must create some really complex relationships.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Elspeth and Raven first.
Okay. Their start is rocky, to say the least.
Definitely not love at first sight. There's that attack on the forest road, then she's interrogated by him in a cellar. He's a Destrier, her sworn enemy, basically.
Right, but then things shift.
The Yu family makes a strategic call. They arrange a fake courtship between Elspeth and Raven. It's purely practical, keep her close, keep her safe, integrate her into their plans without raising suspicion.
A fake relationship. Classic trope.
It is. But what's compelling here is how real connection starts to bloom despite the pretense. You see these moments of shared vulnerability, Raven being incredibly protective of her, real intimacy developing.
Even when he's risking himself.
Especially then, he consistently puts himself on the line for her. And their bond gets even deeper because of their shared secret.
They're both infected magic users, hiding it from the king.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It creates this foundation of trust, this understanding that no one else can share. In the middle of all this danger and deception,
Yeah.
it elevates the trope, gives it real emotional weight.
Yeah, watching that trust build is really something. Okay, what about Elspeth and her cousin, Ione? They were close once, right?
Very close, like sisters. Ione often protected Elspeth when they were younger. She was her confidant.
But something changes drastically.
A profound betrayal, really. Ione gets betrothed to Prince Hoth, an arrangement made by Elspeth's own uncle, Turn Hawthorne, who's playing his own games. And as part of this betrothal, Ione receives a Providence card, the Maiden card.
The beauty one.
Right. And this gift, it warps her, utterly transforms her. She becomes ambitious, defiant, cold. Even her appearance changes. It creates this huge, heartbreaking rift with Elspeth.
Oh, man. That's rough. It's like the magic steals the person you knew.
It's a perfect, tragic example of the cost of power, not just on the person holding the card, but on everyone around them. It makes Elspeth, and you as the listener, question everything about identity and influence.
Yeah, it's always devastating when someone you love changes like that, especially when magic is twisting them. Makes you wonder if they're even still in there. And briefly, there's Elm Rowan, Raven's cousin.
Yeah, Elm, he's allied with Raven in the U's, but he's pragmatic, sarcastic, wields his own scythe card, interestingly enough.
So another layer of complexity within the family.
Right, and he's suspicious of Elspeth. He noticed her eyes change color, turn yellow back in the woods. He knows she's hiding something more than just the basic infection, which adds tension to their already uneasy alliance.
Okay, so all these simmering tensions, they must boil over eventually.
They do, big time. There's this scene on Market Day. A public execution of infected parents is happening.
Grim.
And the authorities plan to capture their child, too. Elspeth and the U's just can't stand by. They intervene. Chaos erupts. And Elspeth ends up in this direct, violent confrontation with Prince Hoth himself.
A real turning point for her.
Absolutely. Shows her growing strength, her resolve. And it shows the U's are willing to risk exposure. But then things get even more personal.
How so?
There's a trap set at Spindle House, Elspeth's old home. Hoth and Elspeth's uncle Turn conspire to use Elspeth as bait.
Not bait for Raven.
Exactly. To expose him and capture him. It's not just an action plot. It reveals just how deep Turn's ambition runs, and chillingly, how far gone Ione is now, fully complicit in Hawk's schemes, thanks to that maiden card.
Just layer upon layer of betrayal. But the biggest twist, the real game changer, involves the Shepherd King, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that one pulls the rug right out.
We know he created the cards, wrote this old Book of Alders that the Rowans later twisted. But the voice in Elspeth's head, the nightmare.
It's him. The nightmare is the Shepherd King. 500 years dead, somehow trapped inside that card Elspeth absorbed.
Wait, seriously? The ancient snarky voice is the legendary king.
The one and only. This completely reframes everything. Blunders history, the rebellion's motives. It all shifts.
So the whole conflict, it's personal for him, for the voice inside her.
Deeply personal. Remember how the first Rowan king burned his castle and killed his family?
Yeah, the ruins Castle U is built on.
Well, the Shepherd King himself is literally buried under a stone slab in a chamber at Castle U. He's been stewing in that card right above his own grave for centuries.
That is mind-blowing. So this isn't just some random powerful entity. It's a specific, vengeful ghost with a 500-year-old grudge.
Precisely. And his goals are suddenly crystal clear. He wants balance. He wants to right terrible wrongs. He wants blunder free from the Rowans. And he wants to collect his due.
Vengeance.
Ancient vengeance, yeah. And reclaiming his legacy, with Elspeth as his unwilling vessel.
Wow. Okay, so where does that leave everyone? What does this mean for Elspeth, Raven? The whole kingdom, the stakes just went through the roof.
Absolutely. The U family, and now we know the Shepherd King driving things from inside Elspeth, they need that last card, the Twin Alders.
To unite the deck?
Yeah, it's their only shot, they think, to lift the mist, maybe even cure the infection for good. But there's a huge snag.
Of course there is.
The Shepherd King himself got tricked by the Spear of the Wood way back when. He bargained the Twin Alders away. It's been missing for centuries.
So the key to saving everyone is lost because of the very guy who needs it now. Oh, the irony.
It's thick, isn't it?
Yeah.
And their plan to actually use the deck if they get it.
How so?
They need infected blood to unite the cards properly.
Yeah.
And they plan to get it from Oraith Willow.
Who's she?
the king's physician, the one who hunts and tortures the infected with cold scientific cruelty.
So they plan to use the blood of their tormentor to achieve salvation.
That's the plan. It raises some massive ethical questions, right? How far do you go? Does the end justify these means? It really blurs that line between justice and just more vengeance.
That's incredibly dark. And for Elspeth personally, this is all happening while she's literally running out of time.
Exactly. Remember the fading? As the Nightmare of the Shepherd King gets stronger, she weakens. She's losing control, losing herself. So this quest for the cards, for a cure, it's also a desperate race against time for her own mind, her own identity.
It all comes back to that paradox you mentioned earlier.
Magic is the oldest paradox. The more power it gives you, the weaker you become. It's playing out in real time inside her head, a constant, terrifying negotiation with herself and this ancient, powerful spirit trapped with her.
The answers seem woven right into the world's fabric, don't they? And that price. It's always there. For power, for survival, even for justice.
Always steep.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive a bit. We've journeyed into this world dripping with dangerous magic, riddled with political lies.
Where our protagonist, Elspeth, is literally bound to this ancient, vengeful king trapped in her head. Her identity is constantly on the line.
Right, and we've seen this hidden rebellion, the U's, fighting for freedom, driven by centuries of history and loss.
All playing out against this backdrop where power, no matter how you get it or why you want it, demands a heavy toll.
The story really hammers home that idea. A man is not measured by magic alone.
Right, it's about how he wields it. The choices made in a world where, yeah, nothing comes free.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with something to think about, doesn't it? What does free even mean in a place like Blunder, where magic costs you, but having no magic might cost you your life?
Yeah, and how much of yourself are you willing to sacrifice? For power, sure, but also for justice. Especially when the path forward looks so morally gray, so difficult.
It's a lot to chew on. If this dive has grabbed your interest, we definitely recommend picking up One Dark Window. Find out how these threads tangle and untangle and what fate ultimately awaits Elspeth, Raven, and the whole kingdom of Blunder.